Hey guys, what's going on? Outdoors with Kevin here. Outdoors. We're going to talk about things that I would never bring backpacking. So I've made a mistake and brought every single one of these things that I'm going to show you today, I brought with me, and I never ended up needing them or using them. In your mind, you're like, I'm going to need this, but then you get out there and you really don't. So keep it as basic as possible. Food, shelter, water, and you should be good to go. So let's dive into it and go through the list. So the very first thing, number one, is some type of way of chopping down wood, right? So some type of a hatchet, right? Or some kind of axe or a saw. All things that you think like, I'm a Boy Scout, I'm gonna make a fire and it's gonna be awesome. But when you really realize you're out there, it's pretty rare that you're making a fire. You're heating up food with your stove and you're eating it and going to bed. It's not like the movies where you're sitting around a campfire a lot of times. Sometimes it is, don't get me wrong, right? But on some of the backpacking trips I've gone on, it's like, man, you're walking so long, so far, you just want to eat and go to bed, right? So anyhow, so these are much too heavy to bring. I never used them. I've brought them many, many times. Never ended up using them. Number two is pots and pans and cooking utensils. So this weighs nothing. It's lightweight plastic. This doesn't weigh a lot. And theoretically you could, this is a MSR Seagull pot, and it's pretty nice. It's got a nice little lid, stainless steel, good size. You could actually put food and things in here when you're packing it. You could pack it with food inside. But the reality is you end up using your jet boil stove and you end up using dehydrated food because it's lighter weight, it's really easy, and there's no cleanup. Next up is extra blankets, right? So this is a rumple blanket, very, very comfortable, very cool. Really lightweight. This is the smaller version. Something like this, you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna need an extra blanket, it'll be great. No, get a better sleeping bag. Really the answer. This takes up a lot of space and it's added weight and you will never end up needing it if you have a good sleeping bag. So get a good sleeping bag. You'll be glad that you did. Get rid of stuff like extra blankets. Next thing is a full-size first aid kit. You think that you're going to save the day and you're going to run across this damsel in distress and you're like, oh, I'm going to save you and fix you up. But in reality, you need some bandages, right? Maybe even some duct tape. So grab a small Ziploc bag, throw in a couple bandages, maybe some gauze pads, maybe a roll of tape that you can tape on and secure a bandage. But I try to keep my first aid kit in a little Ziploc bag as small as possible. Takes up too much space. I have taken this with me hiking. Not good. Next up here is a full-size survival hunting fighting knife. So this is a K-Bar D2 Extreme survival knife, right? So I could go to war with this bad boy, and super heavy duty. You can baton with it. Look at it all beat up here from smashing stuff like a hammer. This thing's I used to wear this thing. I had this lanyard longer. I would tie it around my leg thinking I'm Rambo out there with my backpack. But overkill. If you're going to want a fixed blade, get something much smaller. Get something like this Mora knife right here. Really lightweight. Lightweight sheath. I've got some paracord wrapped around mine, but you can wear this on your backpack. My buddy wears it around his neck as a neck knife. Put it on your hip or on your side pack there. But something really lightweight is what you're looking for. And this is probably also overkill. Maybe you just need a little tiny Swiss Army knife to open packages, or a splinter or something like that. So you don't need a Rambo knife. Next up on the list is a chair. So this is a Big Agnes chair. This is an REI, one of the tripod chairs. I like both of these. They're very nice, but they take up a lot of space and they're not super lightweight. Also, I don't have a problem sitting on a stump, sitting on a log, something like that. I'll sit on I'll lean my back up against a tree and sit against a tree, no problem. So these are definitely luxury items, and I don't think they're necessary. So I stopped bringing these on my backpacking trips. Next up is a full change of clothes. So, you know, usually I'm gonna go hiking. It'll be 2 or 3 days, so I'll take a Friday off and I'll leave Thursday after work and come back Sunday, right? So I've got, what, three nights in the woods, something like that, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So bringing a bunch of extra change of clothes, it first off takes up a ton of space, and you end up not really changing anyways, right? If anything, make sure you have wool long johns or wool underwear and wool socks. So if anything, I'm gonna have a non-cotton shirt. I'll be wearing something like a polyester type. This is like a Mountain Hardwear kind of deal here, but I'll wear like a wicking material, right, for a shirt. I'll wear usually some Fjallraven pants, but then I'll have wool long johns, theoretically, depending on the temperature, but I'll always have a pair of smart wool underpants and smart wool socks. I'm a big fanboy for the smart wool. Love that stuff. Super comfortable. You can wear it all day, all summer long. Wicks away. It's great. So get some really quality underwear, quality socks, and maybe 1 or 2 changes of underwear, 1 or 2 changes of socks. But bring in extra clothes. You end up not changing anyways, and it's just extra weight in your pack. Last couple things is extra water storage. I'll end up usually bringing 1 or 2 Nalgene bottles with a filter, so I can filter water right into the Nalgene bottle. So I have a filter that fits right on top. I've got a video on that. Check out my videos, but where I have my Nalgene bottle and I put the filter right on top of it, and I can filter out stream water. Something like this. This is the Cetus Summit. What is this? The Water Cell X. It's 4 liters of extra water. And something like this is nice because once you're done with it, it rolls up into something pretty small versus a hard Nalgene. But I still like the Nalgenes because they don't crush or break. This is like a fabric. It's a rubbery material, man. I feel like I'm gonna just lean back against a tree and this thing's gonna pop. So I'm not about having no way to store water. So I stopped bringing extra storage containers. I don't bring Camelbacks. I don't like them. I would much rather just drink right out of an Nalgene. So there you go. Lastly would be things for entertainment, like decks of cards, an iPad, games, Yahtzee, I don't know, things like that. Those are all things that you think you're gonna like, oh, we'll be at camp and we'll eat our food, and then like, hey, who wants to play some Yahtzee, or who wants to play Pinochle? I don't even know what Pinochle is, but card games and stuff, right? Poker or something. Those are all things that you think you're gonna do. I never ended up doing them, right? So I stopped bringing extra things that I thought I needed to entertain myself. I'm sitting out here in nature, loving life. I don't need other things to help entertain me. So those are just a few things that I have brought. Every single one of those things I've brought camping or hiking, backpacking myself. And I realize I don't really need them. So hopefully you can kind of learn from my mistakes. What are some things that you've brought on the trail that you realize I never use this? So thanks for stopping by the channel, guys. Don't forget to like and share. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the woods. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.